So hello everyone, Monri. Welcome to the perspective for the Paladin of Witchwood. And yeah, first of all we have a card draw card here, and right away, you know, I'm not a big fan of card draw, and I mean that card draw that use card draw, right? Something like Acid Drake, which of course is banned now, that's a great card because you have a 4/4 for 5, you get a card, that's a really good card in Arena, very, very strong. But these cards, like any of these cards, which is like use draw cards, aren't that good, right? So you first of all here, you pay 1 card to get 2 cards. Like intellect, so you're only getting 1 more card. Yes, it's 2 mana cheaper, and then you have a kind of liability effect on it, right? So it's not that good, and it feels like if the opponent has, or this is objectively, if the opponent has a coin and you start and have the coin, then it's much stronger, right? Given if they play the card or something else, that might happen like turn 5 or so. But in the arena, you probably can't play this card at like turn 1, right? You have to play it at like turn 4 or 5 or something. You can't play it in the early games, yeah. In constructed, sure, you can play it pretty early and hope to use rush you, but it doesn't work in arena, so I think it's a pretty bad card, definitely. Epic, absolutely bad epic card. So next card then, Cathedral Gargoyle. Interesting card. It's the, you know, another dragon, holy dragon card. I like it in Hearthstone. I like that they have the kind of, if you have these things and show it, it's a great kind of system for it, but this feels kind of bad. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad constructed either. I mean, I know, of course, it's cogwheel, right? It's taunt and one shield. It's a very annoying combo, but it's just a 2/2. Right? It really tells you how much the protector, how good that card is. 1/1 with the one shield with no liability, yeah. How good that card is. This card is just 1 more stats, 1 more mana. It's not that good, right? It's like an Annoyotron with 1 more attack power, but you have to have a dragon. Annoyotron is really good, but this card is like, yeah, so I think it's pretty bad, especially in arena, you need a dragon. But even in constructed, I feel this is like, I mean, I know it's a great combo, but it's not that much better than dragon. You need to have a dragon in your hand. So I don't think it's even that good in constructed. I mean, if you have like a really strong dragon paladin coming here, then this card probably will play a lot, right? But otherwise, no. I don't think so. But yeah, so next card, bad arena card though. This, however, though, sounds the bell. Yeah, this is great. This is a really good card. I think Paladin, those 2 epics there are pretty weak, but this card is fantastic. It's an uncommon card. This definitely raises the Paladin power level in Arena. Not significantly, but this card itself, yeah, it's really good, right? So buffing something in Arena has always been very strong, especially buffing the health, so you can trade and survive with like 1 or 2 health. That can be really, really big. And this, of course, is like Holy Strength. It gives you 2 in life, right? That's much better than 2/1. Yeah, 1/2 is like 10 times better than 2/1. It gives you much higher chance in the arena to survive. It's a lot of like 2/3s and 2/3, you know, 3/2 versus 2/3, 3/3 versus 3/3, all of that kind of trades, right? And getting that 1 extra life, it's really important, right? Power shield is really good. And yeah, so this is a fantastic card. You can play it again, of course. So if you coin something out turn 2, then you buff it with this card, right? You can probably do a trade. Like you could trade your 2/3, yeah, it costs a 3/5, trade into their whatever, 3/2 or something, you survive 2 health. That's really good. And that alone is good enough with this card. But of course it's Echo, so you can play it at turn 4, you can play it twice. Then it's you know, it's like a weak Blessing of Kings, but get that 4 life, that's probably what you need. 2 attack power is probably enough to kill them and like get 4 life. And of course play it really late game, and also you can buff 2 different minions, right? Probably not that common, but you can buff 2 different minions at like turn 4 and forward. So this seems like a really strong card. I think it's great in Excited as well, but in arena this card is probably really broken. Probably actually one of the best uncommon cards coming this expansion here. Yeah, sounds. But I think it's very strong. And again, it's uncommon, and that makes a huge difference. The Rebuke. This is low tap, of course. This is straight up low tap, right? It's low tap with no minion. Meaning that if you compare it to low tab, you pay 3 mana for a 5/5 low tab, which is really good. So this kind of tells you how good low tab was. Low tab was a really good card. I like this card. I once designed this in a design competition, the slowed both spells and minions. So I think that's a little bad here, right? It's just exactly like low tab. It's used the spells. So this card is probably going to be really strong constructed. You can time it out in the correct situation. It's going to be fantastic. But in arena, thing is that they don't have that much spells in arena, so you don't have that, you know, huge effect of it. So it's mainly like, you know, versus Flame Strike, versus whatever kind of, okay, you play in this class, they have this removal, like a priest, okay, the Dragify Potion, the Psychic Scream, so after, you know, at turn 6 or 7, you want to do this thing, right? usually kind of, as it's loaded, yeah, you kind of want to stop the AoE against you. That's how it worked in Arena. You pretty much want to play him, not turn 5, but he was alive because there wasn't any turn 6 AoE at that time. Really, not really. 7 was the cost. Plays like mainly. So you want to play him at turn 6 or 7, right? And you want to counter them, or after that turn. It's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, I think it's a decent card in Arena. It's a decent, but you can't play it at turn 2, of course, that's useless. So you have to play that really late game, and you have to pretty much drop a minion as well. So I don't know. It's probably okay. It's probably like the better. I think this card is probably better the further you get in your deck, right? So the few cards are really bad in the beginning compared to where you are, and they get better and better. This is definitely a card that's really good, like 7+. Because the better decks you face, with the more spells the decks you have, the better they have. The better this card is, right? But it's worse in the beginning because you probably face bad decks. Not necessarily no, but at like turn 7+, this card is going to be better because they probably have the Flame Strike and so on, or Meteor or whatever. So then that card is better. Then we have Paragon of Light. So I think this is a really cool card. I love this card design, and this is definitely what I'm going to play constructed. I think it's really cool. So it's a 2/5 for 3, and then if she has one more attack power, and this can go back and forth, she gains Taunt and Lifesteal, becoming like a Send-in with Lifesteal, right? And yeah, basically with one attack power. So obviously this is great with the Sound the Bell, right? You can buff her with the new Blade coming late, which is great with basically all the buffs that Paladin has. But I think this is a very strong card in Arena. It's not as good as Sound the Bell, which is an amazing card. But it's strong because 2/5 for 3 isn't that bad, right? Yeah, 2/5 for 3 is actually really pretty in Arena. I thought about that in other videos with like the Flame comparison, with the 5/2 Hunter card and so on. 2/5 for 3 is strong. Yeah, you call this thing out, you can trade like 2 minions, you can survive and trade, survive a ping, like a kill a 3/2, so you have 2 life left, so you survive the mage ping and so on. So yeah, 2/5 is strong in Arena. Objectively a good card in that sense. The effect isn't too hard to trigger, then it gets taunt. So if you buff it, I think primarily if you buff it for something, right? Like Blessing of Kings, it's 3 mana, 4 mana. You buff it 2 bells, yeah, so then becomes 4 more life points as well, as I mentioned earlier. It becomes really, really hard, and then it gets the taunting. So it's really hard to remove it, and of course you get the life. So that isn't that important in the Arena, but yeah, it's a great card to buff it up and so on. If it has so much life points, right? If it had like a similar effect, let's say it was a 4/4 probably better, but like a 3/4, for example, that makes it a worse taunt minion, because yeah, okay, it gets more power when you buff it, but this really high health is really good for me taunt minions. So, and life steal, of course, very defensive card. It's gonna be great structured and probably very good early card as well. And then we have the legendary, the Glass Knight. See there, yeah. So the Glass Knight is, I think it's a pretty good card. I think some people are underestimating it for construct. I think it's a great card. It's actually there. It's 4/3 for 3, and Divine Shield. It's not that easy, I guess, to get. It's Divine Shield back again, but just being a 4/3 for 4 actually with Divine Shield isn't that bad. And if you gain one more Divine Shield, it's gonna be really, really annoying. So in Arena then. In Arena isn't that good. I mean, sure, if you have all the Paladin cards, you get the combos going and so on, right? You get the life. Like for example with the previous card there, then it's gonna be really, really strong. But otherwise, it's probably much weaker than it's not like a Sunkeep Tarim. Yeah, Sunkeep Tarim, clearly the best legendary in his expansion, right, for Arena. This is something that's kind of like it's decent. But the thing with this card though is it's a good card though. That I think is good. This card. It's not as strong as like the Houndmaster Shaw, but at least it's a card in Arena. If you play this card at turn 4, you play the 1 shield minion for 4, yeah, and it's pretty fine. If you play it turn 8, not that very good, but if you play something else, it's good, right? And so on. But it's never a bad effect, right? Some legendaries, like especially Avion, this expansion, is horrible. You the card in Arena, you have a worse deck, right? This is a card that's like it's a better than the basic minion, yeah. So in worst case scenario, this is like a buffed. Buff neutral minion, right? And that's pretty fine. That's fine. So this is never a bad pick in Arena. But sure, if you have something much better like Tyrion is much stronger in Arena. Obviously, Tyrion is great. That's the with legendaries Paladin. They have Tyrion Fury, is one of the best one of the legendaries. But his blade is that alone, right? So much value, so that is much better. But it's still a decent card. Then we have the Bell Ring Sentry. So Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting for Constructor. You pick a secret, you pick 2 secrets. There's a lot of secrets there. It's probably great with the new Prince Liam that's coming later here, because he buffs basically legendaries. It's probably a good deck there. In Arena, it's not very good because you don't pick enough secrets. So I think it's a bad Arena card, mainly because you don't have like 2 secrets there. You don't want secrets aren't that strong in Arena. You're just too weak for their value. But otherwise, if you have a lot of secrets, this is a great card. It has a huge value, right? It's like, it's a 5, it's a 6 player, yeah, strong value, but you probably won't see it in much Arena. But I think it's a decent card. Even if you only have like 2 secrets, it's pretty good. That is pretty good, yeah. Then we have Prince Liam. Of course, this is a very constructed card. You need to have a lot of 1-cost minions, and then you summon legendary. It's a very cool card. Very good for the whole aggro paladin. I think I played a lot of white weenie in like Magic, so I played very much comparatively white in Magic. I usually play white or red, or white or red for that matter. Yeah, some blue, some black, almost never green. But so I'm a big fan of the white weenie thing. So sheep 1 spells, and I have played legendary paladin with specifically divine shield, sheep stuff. So this is probably a fantastic card constructed. It's probably amazing because you play that thing, and then those early cards that you don't want to draw anymore because it's late game now, they are now random legendaries, right? So you get out your white weenie, so to speak, sheep stuff, no, they're really fantastic. So that's great. In Arena, though, you probably, again, don't have too much secrets, you don't have too much sheep minions, but if you do, this card is fantastic. So I don't know, if you have this card early in your draft, then pick it probably, and you can pick the sheep minions, then he's really, really good. But otherwise, yeah, if you see him late game, it's gonna be horrible. So I think it depends a lot on when you get this card in your deck, right, in the draft. And then we have the Ghost of Charger. This I think is a great card, yeah. This is actually, so Paladin has 2 really good uncommon cards. So I think that's very, very powerful. If you look at the strength of the class, you take mostly uncommon, right, and then go upwards, right. Sometimes a class gets like an amazing spell, which is like, wow, this is exchanging a lot for a class. But this is another great uncommon. Playable legacy, another good uncommon card. Divine Shield Rush, it's I would say it's much better than Argent Commander, which is a great card. 4, 2 for 6. Because 1 mana less for that than 1 attack power, that's definitely value. 2 more life points for that, so yeah, much higher value. So this is a great card, and it's uncommon. This is definitely a kosher pick. You can get out, kill your stuff right, have your 3-4 left. Yeah. I think this is a fantastic card. I think it's very straightforward, a great card. It can't go face, but it doesn't matter much in Arena, so this is a really, really good card. Yet another great, Paladin. And then we have this new card, right? The Silver Sword. I don't know. It's not better than the cutting down the youngest, so to speak. Yeah, it's not better than the youngest when you get 2 1/1s. That has a lot of value on that. But it has 4 durability though. So you can also do 12 damage to the face. It's pretty good. I mean, worst case scenario, and this is actually a pretty good thing for Paladin generally, like, you can have a lot of damage in your face with this card. And that can definitely win your game sometimes in Arena. Hit it like twice with cards, it's a lot of damage, so... And you buff your tokens, of course, you back to all the dive, right? So yeah, this is probably a pretty good card, but I would say that the Younger Cleaver is better. Because 1 mana less, does 1 more damage, has 1 less durability, but also spawns minions, I mean, it's probably stronger, it has a better combo stat, like giving them stuff and so on. So it's probably worse than that, but you have to remember that the Younger Cleaver is an amazing card. Younger Cleaver is like the highest ranked card for Paladin, and that rarity is an absurdly strong card for Paladin for 7 mana. It's just a broken card, right? This card here then, 8 mana, little worse effect, I would say, arguably depending on your deck is, but it still is a good card, yeah. Still is a great card. So is it better than Younger Cleaver? No, it's not. But Younger Cleaver, as again, is the best card, right? So yeah, this is still a great weapon card. This is the late game though, so it depends definitely on your deck because there is always a risk taking something that costs 8 mana, for sure, right? It's always a big risk there, yeah. So yeah, best Paladin cards, right? It's I find Paladin quite stronger now, mainly because of the 2 uncommon cards there, especially the Bell card. That's a fantastic Arena card. Yeah, the Bell is amazing Arena value card. Probably, arguably the best uncommon card in this expansion. Extremely strong. And the Horse is also pretty good. It's actually a very good card as well. Our Commander used to be pretty much the best 6-up in the game in Vanilla Arena, like way back, like 4 years ago. But it was the best card back then, at least, at the blue slot. And this is costing 1 mana less, and I would say it's a better card. So it's a common, yeah. So for an uncommon value, it's amazing. The horse actually, the more thinking about it. Then the other cards here are pretty fine as well. I think the epic cards are probably the only weak stuff here that Paladin goes. So anyway, hope you liked this review of the perspective for the Paladin, and I'll see you guys in the next class video.